I think we live, sir.
All right.
Make sure we good over here. Man, good morning and welcome to the Code Talk Morning Show. Coffee and Blunts. What's up? Glad y'all can make it.
What up?
Yeah, man. Halftime adjustments is the topic today,
Or AKA midlife crisis.
Or midlife crisis. For some people, it is a midlife crisis.
But we're going to break it down today in a football analogy as halftime adjustment.
Yes.
What type of defense you saw and what type of adjustments you're going to make. And what type of adjustments you're going to make to the offense. Because the defense out there, what type of defense you're going to apply, because it's other people moving the offense out there. So you just got to make the right halftime adjustment so you can win.
Man, that's the best way, to put it, because we sat back and thought about, we're in our 40s.
Yeah. Well, not
you, but you.
I'm knocking on the door.
You're knocking on the door. You're closer to it than away from it.
Yeah. Than away from it. You're right.
And so what I started doing is paying attention to my friends that's in their 50s and their 60s.
Yeah.
And kids been out the house for 20, 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
They all got nice houses, plenty of cars. They can move around wherever way they want to. And I got to thinking about them, all of them are trying to offload and downsize now because they spent so much time building up everything for for their kids and their families, and however life went, they still got the assets they purchased, and they're downsizing because none of them want to be climbing the roof on their house when they mid-50s to mid-60s, unless it's something that they absolutely want to do.
I don't even know who's 25 that want to climb.
I don't know who. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't want to get on the roof right now.
Yeah.
So I'm already what does downsizing look like now? Because what we always lose sight of is that we don't own time. We won't proclaim that we own time, but we passively say it, and it's lightweight disrespectful when you think about it. It's like, oh, I got time. Who said you got time?
Yeah. Who says you got time if tomorrow's not promised?
If it ain't promised, right? So I got to thinking about it. I'm like, well, when you come into new information, in the past you just have that information, but you wouldn't have the experience or some other intangible to use that information. But we at the age now, when we used to say when we was younger, if I knew then what I know now, we're in it.
Yeah, and I see what you're saying. You got people that have 4, 5, 6 bedroom house, and it's only 2 of them. You don't really need all that.
No.
You got dust in the room. You ain't been in half the house in about 2 years. You don't need that.
You don't need the whole house.
So it's not really downsizing. It's just making the halftime adjustment. I had a full playbook, but some of these plays don't work no more. I gotta revamp my playbook. I gotta go ahead and I wanna do different things. I'm not the man I used to be, And you gotta learn your body, understand your body, and look for the future and what that look like. Do I want to just be house poor? Or just I got all this stuff, but don't nobody come over. I don't really entertain no more. I just got it here. So like some people want to be professional travelers. So they want to travel the world, see the world. And I feel like that's a good thing because you can get more exposure and you can get more understanding of culture for real and family and see how the U.S. family is different from any other family. You got like I said, you got a big old house and kids don't come on Sunday to come.
That's on TV.
Yeah. They don't come back.
No.
But I think most of the time, think about it like this. Shit, why would they come back?
What's the benefit?
What did you You kicked them out at 18, they wasn't ready. They still holding a grudge against you. Yeah, you got all this stuff, but shit, if you're on your deathbed, is your children gonna come see you? If you're gonna go to the nursing home, shit, is anybody gonna come see you? So what is it all for?
If they ain't calling you, they definitely ain't coming by.
Right. They ain't checking on you. They ain't sending no loving text message. They ain't finna stop by.
That's really real to think about.
For real.
Because
For real.
Because like what you said earlier is like having a big house and stuff. And for people that don't have, I guess, a way to connect with other people, it's an anchor.
Right.
Because like you can't conceptualize leaving where you are.
Because you work so hard for this.
Correct.
Yeah.
But if you're making halftime adjustments, you're like, how can I repurpose this asset? How can I leverage it?
Yeah.
And because you work for it.
Yeah.
So like,
who says that you can't sell it?
Who says you can't sell
and
it?
Get another house and build more memories.
Or rent it out. Or either just be creative with it. You don't have to lose at all.
Right.
You know, but the thing is,
or if you got stage 4 cancer, this big old house ain't coming with you. You see what I'm saying? You gotta really
halftime adjustment.
You really gotta understand what we're doing, what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Like God don't care about this big house. We do this for other people. It look good on the outside, but you cry in the bathtub. You got a bottle of wine in every room. Man, look, you know,
the Game had a lyric in one of his songs.
What is that?
He said you can either cry in this Corolla or you can cry in this Maybach. Basically, you're gonna have the same problem no matter what.
Still gonna have a problem, yeah. So get to the root of the problem, then so you can really be happy.
You got to make some adjustments.
Yeah.
Right? So
like make the right adjustment.
Yeah.
And whatever winning look like to you, then that's what it is.
You know, I think one of the things that I got to use more to make better halftime adjustments going forward, I got a whiteboard.
Yeah.
I need to scribble on it a little bit more. Like I scribble on my phone. Yeah. I got a notepad every night and I scribble on. I got notes everywhere.
Yeah.
But I think once it makes it to the whiteboard,
it's official.
Exactly. So, which is why I'm really, really measured about what goes on the whiteboard. Yeah. I got a whiteboard in my head that you know what I'm saying? I be whiteboarding in our conversations and stuff. But like, you know, like in the middle of making my halftime adjustments, I have to talk more because it affects other people.
Yeah. Just let it out.
Yeah, like what I mean is it affects other people. My success creates more success for other people. Everybody else being successful around me creates my opportunities as well. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you don't want to be the counter current to anything.
Right.
So, if you really want to win and you part of a good mix of people, everybody should be making adjustments right now because you're finally seeing something that works. Yeah. To go back to the point where I was saying, if I knew then what I know now, we're at the age where we can act on that information. Right. Because we're not old. Like when we were younger, people that was in their 40s, they were beat down. You know what I'm saying? Like in their 40s, they look young.
I see a lot of young people look hella old. And
maybe 20 years younger than us.
Man, it just be one of those things where it just shows that how they living is reflecting on their it's just taking a toll.
They looking like what they went through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then they masking it. They masking it by makeup, or they masking it by a wig, or they masking it. Just embrace the you that you see in the morning, every morning, that's the first thing. Before you put everything else on to feel good about yourself. You got to feel real good about yourself at the core. Before you add any type of filters or anything like that, the real you. And I feel like a lot of people these days, they really are happy and it's like weighing on them. Something they've been through, or something they ain't never get over, or something that they dealing with that they think that it's a big deal, but really it's not. And once they come to realization, like, what are we doing? Like, what What are we here for? You said a Maybach. I ain't seen no Maybach in no goddamn graveyard.
No.
I don't see no big ass mansion in no graveyard. So somebody else got it. So we don't need to be stressing about stuff that we really can't control.
You know, I think what you were saying before about people not liking a outside appearance when they get up and start the day.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that is embraced or portrayed on one side more than the other.
Yeah.
Like for guys, it ain't no filter. You ugly. You know what I'm saying? You got to get up. You got to ride with it.
You got to deal with that shit.
You got to ride with it. So
it's an ugly ride.
So nobody want to be ugly, fat, and poor. Yeah. So if you already got one strike against you, now you got to go navigate the other two.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
and I like what you said, because now you said you got the guy that's ugly or whatever, and he got to see that, but now they got male enhancements too. So it's like, why we just can't just stay in our own lane? We always trying to swerve over to somebody else's lane. Look, man, God made you imperfectly perfect. Whatever that look like, if you ugly, somebody out there still think you fine. The prettiest person is still ugly to somebody. Always. So it's always what's that cliche? The beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So you can be fine as hell, but on the outside, but on the inside, you don't feel that. No matter what somebody do or tell you or whatever, it's never gonna be enough.
I believe somebody created that for ugly spirited people and people that
for the self-esteem.
Yeah, for the self-esteem piece, because look, a person that doesn't like themselves wears it too.
That's what I'm saying. It shows.
Yeah, it shows. Yeah. It comes out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
The inside is gonna come out. It's seeping over.
Well, and what's so crazy is that when you don't like yourself, you'll poison yourself.
Yeah, you can't drink yourself to death. You're gonna drink yourself.
You're gonna drink yourself to death.
How many DUIs you gonna get before you know that? Okay, I'm ugly. Just accept it.
You gonna
just accept it.
You know, like
I'm ugly, I'm fat, whatever. But now the fat, I can do something about it.
I can do something about that.
I can do something.
That's well within my control.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Poor, it's a mindset. I feel like you can do something with that.
Man.
Or whatever money that you had, do the best with what you got.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the secret right there.
It really is. It's taking what you got, understanding what you have control over.
Yeah.
Influence and authority. All three of those ain't the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like control is more about management.
Right.
But the manager had to get hired by somebody with authority.
Yeah, but all those three people is you. You got the hat. You just switched the hat out.
You got authority over your mindset.
Right.
You got control over what you do.
Yeah. What you do and what you don't do.
What you don't do.
Yeah.
You get to engage that.
Yeah.
And what I said, authority, control, and it was another one in there too. It'll come back to me. Yeah. But those two are the main points. Is that because we get into, I see a lot of conversation where people think that somebody else is trying to control them. Yeah, they might be trying to on the surface of it, but you have to put yourself in position to either be controlled, be subjected to, or you got to have. So that means you need to rise out of where you are and have more authority over your words, over who you know what I'm saying, kick it with, where you spend your time. You need authority over your time. You know what I'm saying, the time that you don't own. So you have to. That's why they say you got to manage your time. You can't control.
You got to manage everything.
You got to manage everything.
You have to manage your authority. You have to manage your stress. You have to manage your diet. You got to manage every damn thing in your life because that's your business.
Yep, absolutely.
Who is managing your business? Somebody else?
Yeah,
you can't let nobody else dictate what you got going on.
Yeah.
If it's your life, if you ultimately got to be, if you want to be happy with what you got going on, you got to stand on it.
Yep.
You got to make a decision, and it's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard, and you got to make it happen.
man, look, you can't be difficult with you.
Nah.
You can't be difficult
And you
with you.
can't straddle the fence. You just either this way or this way. That's it.
And that's why, like, I like how quickly, like, when we met up and we were talking in the garage, we talked about a whole lot of stuff that night. You know what I'm saying? And when we came up with halftime adjustments was just one of the nuggets that came out of that conversation too, because it was a lot of stuff like that was discussed before, and the more of those discussions that we have, the more I believe in what my personal um, standard is, and one of the personal standards is that you know relationships are the real currency.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
so let me see here. My man D Walk just popped in. He backstage. Let's see if he ready to get on. Look at him. He back there smiling. What's up, man? Hey, brother, what's going on with you?
Nothing much, man, and everything at the same time. How y'all doing?
Hey, not
So good.
bad. Hey, this my man Derek Walker, who is a creator. You know what I'm saying, all the way up and down. And matter of fact, I can't introduce you enough. I'd rather you introduce yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because tomorrow we're gonna get a better live look at, you know what I'm saying, what we got going on, because we're gonna do the Accountable Masculinity Spotlight. You're gonna be my second guest on the platform for a specific artist promotion. And I want you to talk to the people for a second and join this conversation, because we just thinking randomly.
Yeah, man. I'm D Walk. Originally from Dallas. Love being on Earth, and I'm just here to inspire and be inspired. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. So, man, we over here talking about today's show, and the topic of it is halftime adjustments. Because I think personally, I believe we're at that age now. Like when you used to be a kid, and then when you get a little bit older, and you say, "If I knew then what I know now," I think we're in the now where we can act on the information that we would have acted on in the past, because we have the situation awareness, the tools, and kind of like the latitude, you know what I'm saying, to go back. We got the flexibility that people before us didn't have, especially with the advent of social media, internet, technology. Like, we saw a whole lot of stuff happen that won't make sense to, people after us, because it's a whole generation of people that's been born with the use of smartphones and the internet. We saw both of them. So it makes us share information quicker, create better conversations and relationships. It could, or it could destroy them. So, like, what are some of the halftime adjustments you make coming, you know what I'm saying, like, to the spot where you are right now in your journey?
I think that's a wonderful observation, and to call it a halftime is dope. I think halftime is something that we all need to identify, incorporate into sometime a moment to moment, right? Because there's time between the time, and that's what kind of we refer to as it relates to the perspective of having a halftime, is that you had a first half. I've got another show I've been doing with a good friend of mine called 40 something. And whether we want to believe it or not, 50 is not middle age, more like 35 to 37 for the average black man at 71 years old, as the average years lifespan. So 40 something for me is right in between the halftime, is I have enough context to understand what I prepare for and utilize and analyze for what I've been experiencing. So not only is the mindset in a way to actualize and recognize that, we're also set to now predict in a more specific way. I know that you're going to run this bubble and you don't pop out enough like you're supposed to when you get frustrated. So as a cornerback, I'll step in and make that pick the next half. I'm able to do that because I've assessed, I've assigned, and I've asserted myself in a way that's going to get me closer to the next goal. which is really the next opportunity. The beautiful thing is that life will reveal the moments when you need to be in between the time or rest or restore or revive of sense what you have experienced, and also for you to be able to predict and understand what you're about to do and the options that exist.
Yeah, it's about, man. We just watching film. Like when you listening, when you thinking, you're really just watching film. You know what I'm saying? Because you remember where you didn't react fast enough, or you overreacted, or you know what I'm saying. You started off out of position, so you was always gonna be a step behind. You know, and sometimes we think we're a step behind, but we're really too far in front.
Right.
And so,
Or listen, you know, it started raining.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Like, or the cleats, your spikes broke. Like, you know what I mean? It's sometimes, even if it's not your fault, you realize where you have an opportunity to be responsible. And that's the beautiful thing of context, as you were just kind of sharing. And I didn't mean to interrupt, but
no, no, you
I
got
got
it.
excited about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, that's the whole point. This is what I was talking about, like control, authority, responsibility. Like even when he brought up the cleat piece, that's outside of your control.
Yeah.
That's just like you got to make an adjustment, no matter what.
You
You make micro adjustments before you make bigger adjustments, anyway.
man, you got to make adjustments, man. But if I'm the coach of my life been so fucked up. So I want to just say, you just got to make a play. You got to fuck all that other shit, because what we talking about
Sometimes you
now,
just got to make a
you
play.
just making excuses.
Mm-hmm.
The damn field, if we playing football, think about it. We're not. They trying to take my helmet off. Somebody got to put food on their plate, just like me, and the next person on my team on the practice squad trying to take my job. So what I got to do? I got to stay on the field. The best way I know how to do that is make plays. The more plays I make, guess what? Coach gonna have me on the field.
Yeah, look, you
You know
got
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So,
you got to make
it's,
some plays and excuses.
it's often when we're watching, sports, and I'm a sports guy because I'm super competitive, and I love to, I love the rules of the game. I tell my nephew, he's 10 years old, and he plays cornerback and linebacker, and I tell him, the game is everything that involves it. It is the referees, it's the field, it's the conditions. The best thing you could do is make a choice, make a decision, and you're gonna put yourself in a better position to make another decision. And he's adopting that. Even right now, like I'm watching him work through how being good is creating a level of some envy, which means, and I share with him, they're watching you. You're putting on a clinic, you're putting on a show. They're trying to figure out what you're doing. That's part of the game. That's part of the strategy. And just really introducing early on the significance and the impact of prioritizing logic and really being self advocate and self aware based on the logic. I ask him and make sure, and and I'm saying it to him because I share it with myself. I'll say that your ability to have and maintain your emotions is purely your responsibility. It has nothing to do with everyone. You can find people to share those emotions with or those feelings with, and you've got to position yourself to prioritize making decisions based on logic. And incorporating that for me, man, is really um uplifted some things. And just as much as I talk about what to do and implement, I've also had to stop and intentionally remove some things. And that's another part of the game, is that you may have to remove some part of what you were doing that doesn't really align with what you need to get in the moment.
That kind of goes back to one of those conversations that we've had too, where we feel like sometimes we overshare. Like we give information away that, I don't know, may not be used the right way. For whatever reason, it doesn't. It's not helpful. You know what I'm saying? It's not to our advantage to give. You know what I'm saying, away. But then on the flip side of it, that just discernment. Like when you want when you want to give information away and you feel like you meant to give it away, you have to figure out how you want to give it away, because everybody don't want to hear what you got to say, because everybody ain't in the space, and so that's cool. So that's recognizing, you know what I'm saying, authority of self, control of what you speak, and then the other thing is recognizing your audience and then talking to the people that support you. So
Yeah,
that's why like I don't, you know, like when people say put your head down and work, and
yeah,
and don't go out here trying to make people believe who you are, man.
yeah.
That's why people end up only talking to the people that support them. You know what I'm saying? Like that like this year I said I only want to work with people that's creating something. I don't want to work with people that are waiting for me to create something for them.
Man, you said an entire mouthful. You know, I often identify what I do in public space as performance,
Yeah.
mostly merely because it's intentional and I'm very objective, um, which is what I learned from stage and theater and production and acting. So as I've written these poems and spoken them in public spaces and performed, I realized the best moments are when I have an audience of one. It's an audience of me. And I am doing things that satisfy objectives and can be inviting with people. That's all we talking about. We're talking about building community. When we're talking about developing relationships and strengthening ideas and living beyond, what we could have imagined, is centered around prioritizing or making decisions that allow you to prioritize who you are. Be a committee of one. Perform for an audience of one. And then when I first was that concept kind of came to me, I was like, it felt like it was the wrong thing to do, and it felt like the inappropriate thing to do. Um, and those things can be possible, and it's still necessary to make the choices to do and be and perform and live for an audience of one, because you get a chance to choose how you incorporate that other cast, whether it's the audience, whether it's the lighting director or the guy running the sound, or how you use the instruments of the microphone in your body. You get a chance to, when you identify and kind of recenter your thinking or your consideration on prioritizing yourself, to be able to do that. Man, it changes everyone else's world. You invite them in, you make them want to be a part of it, because it's like you're watching your favorite show, which is you. Who
Yeah.
who 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 doesn't love a great show?
Yeah. And if you can't, and I think what you're saying too also amounts to, you have to be satisfied with your performance too. And if you're not satisfied with your performance, then you can't look for other people to be satisfied with it. You'll never be able to appreciate the the response that you get back. Like, let's say more people were satisfied with your performance than you were, it will, I don't think it'll ever really truly be absorbed. I'm not saying it can't be. I'm just saying
Mm-hmm.
it's not as reciprocal, it's not as natural as it could be, you know. So
Yeah.
what kind of halftime adjustments have you been making since you know you know since you completed your projects, and now you in the, walking your way into the Grammy conversation, you know what I'm saying? What's
Yeah,
that, man?
man. And listen, man. I don't buy a lot of jewelry and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I do appreciate trophies.
Yeah.
And trophies are, once again, another idea of what a symbol is. And the symbolism of the work I've done with this album is really what I'm practicing every moment I get a chance to, is to start well and finish better. And those are two things that I'm doing really well. I'm starting really, really well. And I know that I've got to get better at finishing better.
Yeah.
And that, as a cyclical objective and an idea, is represented in completing this album. I took about a month and a half to really get into the studio. About a month and a half, 2 months to get into the studio at one time and just finish the project. I've been going to studios for, you know, I don't know how long. I've been writing music for TV and film, producing songs for TV and film and campaigns and all types of things like that. And so I've always, and I've frequently uh, commoditized my abilities, which it works until it's not working. And what I've finally done is taking all of the things that I've commodified over the decades and put into a sound, solid piece of history, past, present, and future.
Yeah. Look, man, it's not easy. It's not easy to get, like all your thoughts line by line, and knowing that it's not just a sentence. It's a window into a whole bunch of other things that you could have said, but this is what you chose because you're trying to convey a point because you got to sift through a lot of feelings to create, what I'm saying, intellectual property in general, writing, whatever your art is, and I understand why people say such and such is a lost art because everything has artistry in it. You know what I'm saying? From writing paints pictures, and and pictures speak volumes. So pictures, what they say, a picture's worth 1,000 words or something like that. It's only worth the value that you put in it. So it's got to match up somewhere at some point in time.
Yeah,
So
man. The match and the matchup is here. I like to even assign it to alignment
hmm
because doing what you know you need to do makes life more simple. And life is mostly hard if you're doing it wrong.
yeah, I think yeah for
Yeah,
sure.
you just gotta simplify life. Like
Yeah.
we make poor decisions and have to deal with the outcomes, but we don't want to face the reality that it's the man in the mirror.
Right.
There ain't no one else's fault but your own. Now, I mean, of course, sometimes you got you got other stuff that's involved, like other people that's trying to oppress you and stop you, and but shit, you gotta make what's like I said before, you gotta make the your life. You gotta be happy with the outcome of your life, and if you're the manager of it, and you minding your business, hell, you're gonna be all right. But you gotta be at first. You gotta be. You gotta be. You got to be fulfilled with the minimum with the least amount, and then go from there. Because if you're unhappy with just waking up, then shit, you got to go back to sleep.
You right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm trying to live a life that allows me to sleep until I'm tired of sleeping. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
Trying
saying?
to wake up
And
and take a nap.
exactly. I want to wake up when my body is tired of sleeping, and
yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah.
part of that is how we advocate for ourselves, man. Another something just I've been practicing is, well, we understand when you get to a certain age, when it comes to using the restroom, you never want to pass one up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I realized as I've taken time and taken moments, I would often ignore my body.
hmm
And I would ignore my body when my body said, "Hey, I need to finish what you started." And so every time we eat something, we consume something, it's got to go through this process to go as it goes in, it's supposed to come out. When your body says, "Hey, you started this, I need you to help me finish this," and you ignore that, well, isn't that God?
Yeah.
And when you think about just the process of, excretion and waste from a scientific standpoint, but just the simple idea of going to the restroom and prioritizing your life to always go to the restroom when your body asks you to go is the best way to prioritize God. It's the best way to make sure that you're listening and advocating for yourself. And I also realize you don't you only think about having to go to the restroom when you actually have to go. And so that first thought is normally the thought that's supposed to drive you into following your guidance. So I have practiced that at a molecular level or at a moment based level, and I'm watching it overflow into other areas of my life, and it shows up as a brand new album in consideration for a Grammy.
Man, look, hey man, I'm proud of you. I know you got the rest of your day to, you know what I'm saying, get things going. You're already in the car, so
Yeah. I'm actually, if I'm honest, I'm picking up construction vests because I got a friend, the client's like, first of all, I know you're the guy. I always get the call for the wildest, craziest thing. Hey, Derek, can you help me get a hot air balloon? Or can you? Hey, I need some construction vests
yeah,
for we're installing some bulletproof film at this school, and I need the aesthetics to match. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm now at the t-shirt warehouse
yeah,
picking up t-shirt, picking up construction vests.
man,
But I definitely appreciate being on, man. You know, accountable masculinity is something that I've required for myself, and require, and not just require, but like look for and interested in when of the people I engage myself with and involve myself with, and the things that you not only believe, but the things that you know and how you exercise that, bro, is truly a model of perseverance and also preservation. And it's dope to see how you live it and your discipline is commit and your commitment to doing what you know you need to do is right there. This is not about you. You don't do this for the outcome. You don't do this for the income. You do this for the responsibility, and that's different.
yeah,
That's a different way to move, gangster. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? And that's what I represent. That's what I recognize, and that's what's real. So I appreciate it.
man. I appreciate you, man. You've been real inspirational, and we're gonna get you the. We're gonna work together so we can all benefit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you part of the community. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm glad that I fit what works in your world too when it comes down to being in the creative space. So man, look, we're gonna wrap another time, and you know we'll finalize our other details so we can present you the right way to the world, man.
That's what's up. That's love, man. I appreciate it.
All
I'll
right, bro.
talk to you later.
Yes, sir.
Blessings, my brother.
Absolutely. Peace.
Yeah, man. So, man, pivoting. Shout out to D Walk too. You know what I'm saying? Go. I'm gonna publish his links and stuff so you can check out his content as well. I'm glad that he was just able to just pop over and say what's up. But like in the ongoing conversation about halftime adjustments, right?
Mm-hmm.
So after that conversation that we was talking about, where we was in the garage, and I came home and I wrote some notes, and one of the halftime adjustments that I think we need to make
Mm-hmm.
is that I believe that we were too focused on the conversation of generational wealth instead of developing healthy relationships that actually create the generations. What do you think about that?
Um, I mean you hit it right on the head. It's just um after slavery, how did we have time to build healthy relationships if we poor or on drugs?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta find a lot of stuff, and something had to fall to the wayside. So we really doing the best what we can with what we had.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about it, the history ain't for us.
No.
You know, that it's against us. Everything is against us. So what you got to do is, now that you know this, on your halftime adjustment, try to be a little bit more mindful and understanding of the relationship building. And like you said, with what you're doing right now with the community, it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta build it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the adjustment is recognizing, like, well, when I was thinking about this, my thought was like, how do I relate this the skip steps, because that's what it is. It's what it amounts to, is skip steps. We're talking about what we believe we're doing,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't line up with what we're actually doing in the present.
Mm-hmm.
And once you recognize there's something that you want to accomplish down the line, you have to figure out if your feet are even pointed in that direction where you are right now.
Mm-hmm.
So how
what steps are skipped was what I'm at.
So this the relationship steps
Mm-hmm.
is not just romantic relationships.
Yeah.
It's all of our relationships and how they intertwine.
Mm-hmm.
Because money is a byproduct. It's a byproduct of being able to monetize whatever it is that you sell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in the space of community,
Mm-hmm.
relationships are the real currency.
Right.
Because what kind of community do you have if you got bad relationships with everybody?
Right.
You got a dangerous community.
Or what kind of community you have if you got all the money? Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So the relationship is the currency. Because, like we talk all the time, hey man, we be living off the land.
You gotta live off the land, but
you can't. How you gonna live off the land though? If you got dangerous relationships everywhere you go.
Yeah, I mean you gotta be packing. You gotta play. Okay, you gotta play defense.
Yeah, you gotta play defense.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with the community that you're building, everybody has a choice to create something or just duplicate what they see somebody else do. But somebody gotta lead the way, kind of. Now, we're not gonna be. I ain't say I'm the spokesperson for community or this, that, and the third. But it's other people that was doing it. It's other people that's still doing it, and so on and so forth. However, how do you leave your mark? And you got to just follow your tribe and find other people that can fit into your community.
Mm-hmm.
Too many people want people to be. They want to be accepted, or they're fighting for acceptance when just maybe you're in the wrong group or around a group of people.
You gotta move your feet.
Yeah, so you have to find the people that's for you, and it's not just friends; it's family too. I had a conversation last night. I got a home girl. We've been cool since I was in middle school. Mm-hmm. So we just talking. She's really big on family, but because her family always done right by her, so she's pro family. But what if you're in a broken family and then you don't have those relationships and you get kicked out at 18 and you ain't ready to be flying on your own?
You can't relate.
So why would I even go back home or fuck with anybody at home if they kick me out? The one that I love the most did me the dirtiest. Yep. You see what I'm saying? So that community is already broken. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you have to understand that, okay, just because some people birthed you or they adopted you or whatever the case may be, that might still not be your community. You still got to go out there and find your community. You know what I'm saying? Yep. You know right from wrong. You know your mom or your dad is on some bullshit. Just because they're your dad, you going to let that pass? But anybody else you goddamn be on first 48 for, why are you trying to pick and choose? You really fucking yourself up. Because you know that's some flaw. Don't deal with the flaw.
Don't deal with the flaw. Because you brought up family.
Yeah.
And people, family does matter. I think there's an ideal of family and then there's a reality.
Yeah. So the ideal is the shit you see on TV.
Utopia. Everything's perfect.
Perfect TV.
Nobody got bad relatives. Nobody's irresponsible.
No one sees how many cuts it took to make this picture perfect.
Perfect, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for 30 minutes to an hour at a time.
But what about the rest of the day? Like you said, what did you say, 75 years old is the life expectancy for black men? So you got to understand, damn, that that ain't what I thought that I was coming into or getting. Yeah, I didn't get those cards dealt to me. I didn't get that here. So like you said, you gotta go find your community, build your community, be around like-minded people, and then life will become a lot easier because that's one less stress that you manage.
Yep.
But if you mismanaging that when you're trying to juggle relationships that really ain't beneficial to you and it's really taking like a chunk out your heart and it's weighing down, you got more gray hair than ever before. It's because of the people you've been around.
You know, I tell you, when you realize that most of your difficulty with other people or people in general is usually because your feelings involved.
Right, and you gotta manage your feelings too.
Yeah, and which means like managing your feelings means managing who triggers you.
Right.
Your proximity to the issue. Like if some people, they can talk 2 minutes too long.
Right. Right.
Some folks you only gotta text them.
Right.
Some people you only talk to when you're in the car.
Right.
Because they got a specific designated space.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the reason I brought up family earlier is part of like the halftime adjustment conversation, because not just because you brought it up, but it's important to people because everybody got foundational principles. Family's in there, but it looks different for everybody.
Right. Right.
I think the ideal of family, the popular one, it's a utopian idea. But what if family is special only because there's somebody in your family that reflects somebody in the world that you're going to go encounter? That way, when you go in the world, you meet somebody that's, man, that person reminds me of my uncle.
Yeah.
Reminds me of my pops. Reminds me.
Yeah.
That's how you measure.
And then you know how to deal with them.
You know how to deal with them.
Well, okay, so family would be practice.
Yes. I believe this. You are born as a member of a genetic family. Like these are your relatives.
Relatives, right.
Family is only people that actually support you.
Right.
People that pour into your cup.
Right.
People that call you with solutions.
Right.
Most time your relatives call you with problems.
Yeah.
So what if family is the reflective model of any type of person that you can experience in the world? Because people will say family is special, right? But is that family special if everybody in there is not upstanding? What if you come from a long line of people that hurt children?
I know, but then
is that family special then?
It might be special to the person.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That person that comes from it.
But you got to assign the value of it.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Because like you've been through a lot of stuff that most people wouldn't be here today in your own individual journey. All of us probably have that same story, but that doesn't mean that you get to compete for who had it the hardest.
Yeah.
That's weak.
Yeah.
That's so weak to me. But
I just now been able to like speak on it more openly, only because I had to process and deal with some shit that I didn't even know that was going on and so on and so forth. But now, not being an advocate, but just saying, you know, if I can do it, I don't feel like I'm the strongest person in the world, this, that, and the third. If I can do it, then you can do it too. I feel like that's what I feel like. But I do understand that God only gives the hardest like struggles and battles to the toughest soldiers. So everybody can't be who I am. So I gotta respect God in that aspect. But in actuality, I feel like just because I've been through it, I feel like you can get through it too. It's just a mindset. I didn't say it's gonna be easy. I never said it was gonna be easy, but I feel like you can get on the other side of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I talked to my brother and he deal with certain things that happen, and I talked to my other brother and he deal things differently through what happened.
Y'all can experience the same thing,
but everybody got different lenses and they dealing with. You know what I mean? Like it's sad when the people you love just don't know how to kick the fear in the mouth. Like you just so fearful that it kind of like stopped you from growing.
It can.
Like if you put a turtle in the little case, it's only going to just get that big. But God made you to be this turtle to be a tortoise. You're supposed to be big as this couch.
Like you know what I'm saying? Ocean to be in.
Yeah, and you just got me right here, and it's all glass, so it looked like I'm supposed to be there. It looked like I'm with everything else, but it's an illusion, and you got to kick that fear, and you just got to go after it. Because you only got one life. There ain't no repeat. You can't come back and do it again. You just got to do the best you can with what you got.
That's all. Like, and that's what we've been doing to this point. Like, people that we know aren't born into affluent situations.
Yeah.
We've been living off the land.
Yeah.
All our life.
All our lives. Yeah.
And good, bad, and different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's a little bit of not even a little bit. There's a ton of wisdom that comes from that.
Yeah.
And because if you've been doing everything the way you thought you were supposed to be doing it, and it still doesn't get you closer to what you want.
Yeah, you got
emotionally, not possessing.
Yeah, you got to change it.
The way you feel is the arrival. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to make that adjustment. And so when you make that adjustment, now you got to turn it in a different direction, because the whole time you've been thinking you're going in the direction you're supposed to be in.
Right.
But it's been the wrong way.
Right.
So that's why I stopped for a second to say, what if? Because you create an alternative reality. Just like you offer those multiple perspectives from, you know what I'm saying, people that you know, that all experience the same. You might be in the same time, same space, but have a completely different experience.
Yeah.
On the same thing.
Like my one of my little brother, he say he always hold on to like he holds on to the pain. I turn my pain into laughter. That's why I'm so funny and outgoing, outspoken and shit like that, because I already know how that shit feel to hurt. So I'm like, you know what? How can I be a better person and get through whatever I need to get through? Because my world is devastated. However, I still gotta get up and go to school at a very young age and still process, you know what I mean, the death and loneliness and stuff. But I still gotta go to school and I gotta perform. And I still gotta make friends. I still gotta speak to people. And then this world just keep on going. So how can I put my world in this world and have it one? So I just turn all my pain into like I said, laughter. But my brother, he's more holding on to the pain and not really want to let it go. And I'm like, that's really hindering you. It's stopping you. You can't really be ultimately happy because you always got your mind filled with
you pain
and the bullshit. Yeah, you a defensive coordinator. But you got to play offense.
Yep, but you got to play offense.
Because if you play defense all the time, the score might be 3-0, 10-0, 7-0.
Sometimes the best best defense is offense.
It's offense.
Sometimes you got to do the opposite.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Do the opposite for sure.
Like,
and that's exactly what I told him.
Yep.
I said, you got this far with just using that. Then just let that shit go and just rebuild it and try to think of another way of doing it, and then see where that leads you. Because you only can go this far. You're not going to get out this little case.
Especially if you end back up where you started.
Yeah.
And if you end up where you started, physically, you have manifested that. If you end up back on the couch at your mama's house, you did that. She didn't do that. That's just it. You know what I'm saying? Everything comes back to, how did you experience? How did you participate in your own experience? Because nobody's not doing it. Nobody. Come on, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You complicit in your own ill. Did nobody?
But that's what I'm saying. The excuses You got to make more plays.
Make more plays.
We got to put
than
more
excuses
points on the board.
We need more plays than excuses
Yeah.
at this stage. That's just it. We just
that's the bottom line of this halftime adjustment. You got to make more plays because anybody can say anything to make it make sense. Okay, I hear you. Okay, you got to go to work, but you got a flat tire. You call your boss. Your boss, okay. So when you coming in?
You just let me know you about to change the tire?
Yeah, so why are you calling me? I need you here for this. You already know. If you can't come, then you terminate. I got to find somebody else. So that's the same thing. You got to keep on going.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make it happen.
Sometimes you can't take a play off.
You can't take no plays off, man.
You really can't. So, like if you're on the field, you definitely can't take them off.
Or you're going to end up hurt.
Because when you play scared, you get hurt.
Yeah, or off the field. Hey, 52, come here.
You do anything in uncertainty.
Yeah.
You're faking it.
Yeah.
And because that's when other people say they can smell fear.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't believe what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you at war with yourself. Other people can tell.
Yeah.
When you at war with yourself.
Right.
So
most of the time when you get into it with somebody, it don't never really be 100% you. It's more so some shit they dealing with internally, and then you might just be like the last straw, like the
you convenient.
Yeah, and now they're gonna take it out on you.
You could, you could.
The road rage incident is not really up to you. You beat the horn. That's all you did. But that was the wrong time to beat the horn. I got too much other shit going on with it.
And you beat it at the wrong person.
At the wrong time.
Man.
And at the wrong place.
Now you out of position.
Yeah, you out of bounds.
You out of bounds. Now you can't affect the play. Now you getting played.
And this is what I want to tell the people now is you can't really dictate how like if you disrespect me, you can't tell me how I can react to that.
No. Because
where you from, you think you can talk loosely at the lip. Where I'm from,
it's like your lips off.
And you don't have no more lips.
Yeah. Be like,
Two can play this game, but
you remember Daffy Duck?
Yeah.
Something would blow up in his beak the other side of his head.
Yeah, that's
the same thing.
That's exactly what's going to happen to you. Now, I don't agree, but I fully understand how it can go.
Hey, look.
If you ain't ready to take it there, then just don't beat the horn.
Look, people are willing to do way more than what you ever anticipated.
You ain't willing to die for this. Yeah, just let it go.
Stay out the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I want to talk about this right here.
All right.
Let's see. Let me pull this up real quick. Put it on the screen so we can give it the attention that it needs. All right. Let's see here. Woman who accused Jonathan Majors of strangling her is officially charged with assault in connection to the incident. Majors always alleged that he was the victim.
So the woman accused him of doing it. She really was doing it.
Well, and
she the one that choked him or assaulted him.
And let's go back to what we remember. Mm-hmm. He called 911.
He did. So how he get in jail? Because he got the bigger name.
Obviously.
Yeah.
It's easier
it's a money play.
It's a huge money grab.
Yeah.
You know, like and the thing he said he's not gonna get the due apology. Of course not. Shout out to Prince, man. Yo, he ain't gonna get no apology.
Apology for what?
Yeah, and that's why we talking about it here. You know, I even look at this. I compare this situation to the Meg Thee Stallion Tory Lanez situation.
Yeah, because I still don't think she got shot because there's no there was no like if I get shot in the foot, I'm gonna need surgery. She was still twerking.
I done seen real gunshot.
I know.
Victims.
Yeah. So I didn't understand.
I don't understand that.
But he didn't help the situation by making a diss record. Like you already got the pussy, my guy. Like you don't need to do nothing else.
That's what I'm
Nothing
saying.
else.
All he had to
be
do was
quiet.
just be quiet.
Yeah, let's be
Go
quiet.
go
Let my
down.
lawyer deal with that.
Let him go see that. Go talk to my lawyer
But
about that.
you got the time now, Tori, because you don't want to be quiet.
And the thing is, they probably can do something to overturn the conviction, but now you got to sit in there while they work on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in this situation, you ain't heard Jonathan Majors come out and say anything.
He got engaged and he moved on.
Yeah, he moved on. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm not sure why he got engaged to a girl, but that's a whole nother story.
I don't care about that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But like, what I've been saying is, there's 3 things that'll get you out the way.
What's that?
DUI, harm to children,
harm the children,
and the wrong woman.
DUI ain't gonna get you out the way.
No. What I mean is,
it's costly, but I don't think.
But understand how DUI is, like, after you in that territory,
all right,
left or right, you're gonna end up hurting somebody. Remember Henry Ruggs?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then
that was more than a DUI though, man.
But no, what I'm saying is the involvement of alcohol.
Yeah,
we're just talking about the worst case scenario in an alcohol related incident.
Yeah,
is a DUI.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And some people,
that should be vehicular manslaughter.
Man, look, Bruce Jenner had one like that in 2014 or 15. He killed somebody.
I know a lot of people did that,
and didn't do no jail time or nothing behind it. Matter of fact, won Woman of the Year.
One Woman of the Year changed his whole identity.
Yep. So, like, the point being is that when these situations happen, everybody just brushes right past it, and it's cool to ruin a man's name.
Yeah, they ruin his name, then they brush past it.
So them 3 things that I just talked about that'll get you out the way, right? If you take those 3 things away, what can you slander a man's name with?
Probably nothing, because
that's
I ain't had no kid. I ain't no child abuse here.
Correct.
I ain't no woman beater, and I damn sure can control my alcohol, my substance.
That's my point. So out of those, because like you can't. There's a bunch of threats in the world in general. Yeah. But these 3 things are the most important, because guess why they're that important?
Why? Because
you involve the legal system, and you definitely can't win when you get the legal system involved behind these 3 things: right, wrong, or indifferent, innocent or guilty.
You're gonna be always guilty.
Because you're gonna have to. So even if you get your name clear, look at all the money, the time, the missed opportunities. Like Jonathan Majors, he had just did a partnership with the Army for their advertising. Yeah, they took all of that away. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I think in due time,
he'll get it back.
Well, you can't get money back. You just get some new money.
He'll get some new opportunities.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think his opportunities have been completely cut off.
But I'm not even going to say he a victim. I'm going to say this is a damn teachable moment. Like
halftime adjustment.
And that's why I was saying, I don't know why you just hurried up and got engaged. I don't trust too many people like that. Let me kick it with you for a minute. Let me understand what we got going on, because I can be in love, but just because I'm in love don't mean you got to be in love. Man. You already got some different motives.
Yeah.
What he say?
My man Prince. Hey, shout out to Prince. For a man with money, I think dealing with the wrong woman is the most detrimental. AP got out of.
Oh yeah, when he whooped his kids.
Yeah, and got out of kids. DUI is recoverable, but in this day and age, deal with the wrong woman and it's over with. Absolutely, like that's what I'm saying. Like you already got it stacked against you, and these are things I say before you have a negative interaction with police. I believe, like in just the course of being, you know what I'm saying, like walking around being present every day and having been around, you got more of a liability with those 3 things: the alcohol related situations, harm to kids, and being with the wrong woman, before you even get to the cops.
So since we're on this topic, I seen this I be watching these little crime documentaries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a crazy story. So, said dealing with the wrong woman. So this woman.
That's why them crime stories on there.
Oh my God! This one was up there for sure. Like this woman looked average, like nothing
threatening.
Nothing. Yeah, it didn't look like none of this was going. What I'm about to tell you will happen. So she has a childhood sweetheart. They young. They have a baby. Like 18 years old. She had her first baby. The baby. Oh yeah. They end up breaking up. She moves. So she takes the baby with her. The baby is like 7 years old. So 18 and 7 when she's like 25 now, 26. She find another guy, and okay, you got one child. It's okay. We gonna be together. All right, they get together and they spend some time together, and then over this time together, they get married and they have 4 kids. So 4 kids by this one guy, 1 kid by another guy. But for some reason, she kept the 2 guys separate from one another. Even though, like, if I'm trying to meet a woman, I need to talk to her ex. So especially if it's a child involved that is underneath my roof. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
So me and you got kids by the same woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
And then the woman that's in this hypothetical scenario, but in this very real situation,
right,
is keeping me from meeting you. And
yeah. Okay. All right. So it's nothing weird to some people, but then I finish it, then you might find out. Okay. Okay. All right. Fast forward. Bam. So one day the dude calls his wife. Hey, what you cooking tonight? This, that, and that. I'm about to get off of work, probably about an hour, 2 hours. And whatever. Oh, I'm about to cook this, that, and the third. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah, it was just tripping off the phone. Okay. All right, I gotta go. I gotta take the kids to get them ready for dinner or whatever. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. Bam. He hangs up. He goes back to work. The next call he gets from the sheriff's department. The sheriff's department called and say, you need to come here right now. He gets on the scene. This damn woman killed all the kids in the house. So they try to question her, and it's not really a regular kill. It's a like these like 6-month-old, a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old.
And she killed both babies.
She killed all 4.
And of the 4 kids that was killed, the kids that we had with her, they dead too.
No,
that's what I'm trying to make sure.
Okay, the oldest one from the other relationship, he seen this, jumped out the window, got some help from the neighbor. The neighbor called the police. By the time they got there, she done killed these 4 little babies. And she's there with the blood on her and everything. So they trying to talk to her. She won't say nothing, this, that, and the third. So, okay, bam, she got to go to the hospital. She's going to jail, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, damn, why this shit happen? So now we get to it. It's 2 things. It's postpartum and postpartum psychosis or some shit like that.
It's postpartum depression, postpartum psychosis.
Right. Okay, so the psychosis, the defense attorney was trying to say that this is what happened, but there wasn't no other things leading up. Like, we still don't know why this shit happened, but she got 4 life sentences. By the end of the story, she got 4 life sentences. The dude don't have a wife or his kids. The other dude finally got the son, but he's traumatized because he didn't seen his mama do this shit to his other brothers and sisters. You feel me?
Bro, we hold so much power in our actions.
But I'm saying all that, you don't know.
You don't know what somebody walking around with and what trigger
Yeah, still we don't
what
know.
what trigger we waiting on? Because like you wasn't there, and then the people that could probably answer it, they not here either.
Nah, even if they could answer, they don't know.
No, they don't.
Now I can't even gonna say imagine, but there's no explanation for it. But even when it's postpartum, why do you have to kill them?
You know, I hear
you can just walk away from the whole thing. I don't want to be a mama no more. Here are your kids. I'm writing all this. Here you go. Sign all the papers. This is your responsibility. I can't do it. I lost it.
Yo, that's the thing with those areas when it comes down to like the perception of what a mental health significant event is. People get real salty and sensitive about it.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can hurt people consciously and then claim you can't have it both ways.
So that's why we talking about earlier about the consciousness and unconsciousness.
Because like we don't get afforded that.
No.
No, you can't.
That's wild.
You can't pick and choose when you want to be equal or be seen as equal,
mm-hmm.
and then cherry pick. You know what I'm saying? And say, well, we're different because, well, if you're different, stay over on that side of it. Don't try to be equal when it's beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know what I'm saying, go back and lean on your whatever your built-in excuses are for your nature.
Yeah.
Because
but the nature, I seen a few like dogs have puppies,
mm-hmm.
and sometimes we never know why the mama dog will eat the puppy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh,
see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. It's in your nature.
Yeah.
If sometimes human beings, I feel like even now we have a superiority complex as human beings. Like we think everything has to understand us
mm-hmm.
without us ever having to understand it.
Yeah.
And just like then you were about to say about like animals eating their young.
Yeah.
Even when lions take over prides,
yeah,
and they run the dominant male out,
right?
What do they do with the cubs?
Yeah,
they kill them.
Yeah,
because they ain't theirs.
They ain't my responsibility.
They ain't my responsibility.
Right. But the consciousness that we have, that will override that. So that's what I'm saying.
Is it consciousness or is it superiority though?
I would say consciousness because I feel like the animal. All right, so we're human, but we have animal instincts. So we have instinct where we can an instinct where we can survive. So we don't survive alone. And then we get to a point where we just have to thrive, not survive, but we thrive and we live in life. We're on a different. We managing our stress. We manage our debt. We manage our emotion. We managing some shit.
Situational awareness.
We got this shit put together. Right. I got this thing looking good. I'm looking like Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying with the survival and the animal instinct. Then that's when shit like this happened with the killings and the murders and stuff. Because another one I was watching, it was a guy. He got home. He got a wife and one kid. He got home from work. He took a shower. The wife was watching some TV. This motherfucker wouldn't go change the channel. I ain't think nothing of it. Okay, he changed the channel. That's pretty rude, but okay. He changed the channel to the football. She said, "Oh, wait. We can watch football after my show go out." Proper response. He was like, "No, I want to watch some football right now." They get into an argument. He goes to the room, get the gun. He killed mama. He killed her, and he go to the room. The little dude here. He hiding underneath the damn bed. He killed him underneath the bed. But when they bring him into the police station, he can't breathe. He gagging, throwing up
because he did that.
Yeah, but it switched because unconsciously he didn't control his emotion and it took over. And then now he realizing I'm in jail and all this shit, and I just what I just do. It's one of those things because it's not controlled. You can't take no plays off when it comes to this mental health.
No, you can't.
You got to make sure that you on tip top shape
because you can black out.
Exactly, and I think that's exactly what he did.
And that's the thing. When postpartum can be compared to men get blackout rage.
All right.
Because we can't have no kids.
Right.
So they don't get to tell us it's postpartum.
Postpartum, right.
They get a medical, designation. I'm sure that there's a psychiatric designation for both of them that fall in the same
What if the
thing.
bitch was crazy before she had the baby? Now you just blame all this craziness on the pregnancy?
Everybody got a reason of how they got there. That's why like the main reason they used to deny healthcare is like, oh, you got pre-existing conditions.
Right. Well, that's life insurance.
Yeah, life insurance.
Yeah.
Like whatever that falls underneath the pre-existing conditions conversation.
Yeah, we can't pay you for that.
Which goes back to always talking about vetting.
Mm-hmm.
Vetting people based off of their behavior.
Yeah.
Not how they look.
But if they don't show the behavior, then you really don't. You really can't. You can't really see that, and you can't.
Of course, but.
Well, red flag should be in there.
But the red flag is there. Okay.
You just don't go from 0 to 60 or 0 to 100.
I think in the past we was okay with like, oh, that's just the way so and so is.
Nah, fuck that.
But then when you get to a certain point in your life, like you got to get better.
Yeah.
Because if
you gonna act like this, I can't
be you unsafe.
Yeah. For me. Yeah.
I don't feel safe.
Yeah.
If you behaving like this.
Yeah.
Because I don't move that way. Mm-hmm. I don't solve my problems the way you solve your problems. I don't do this the way you do this. Mm-hmm. But that fits on everybody different. And then, which is why you got to be careful. You got to be careful with people that you bring in your life that could be a trigger to your, your blackout moments and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because the reality is that there's no grace.
Nah.
There's just simply no. We
all out here trying to hold it together because we all can go left for sure. Like that's just inevitable.
Yeah,
but
it always what I'm saying can go left. What's up? Hey, what's going on? Shout out to my man Brandon. Hey, good morning, fellas.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to all the folks that came here to join. What we talking about over here? Hey, what's up, Dre? Yeah, monetization is key. That's really the only. That's I ain't gonna say the only, but like that's one of the flowers.
What's that?
In the bouquet, monetizing everything that you understand, because it costs us a lot of money to understand this in some way, shape, or form. Like it costs a lot of time, resource, and everything to get this understanding. That way, when situations like this happen, we looking at it like, hey, it exists. It's been here.
It's not shocking.
It's not. So
I've seen this before.
So which means there's a recipe to it.
Right.
Because it keeps producing the same type of incidents. And the incidents that keep happening have certain people, the same type of people, you know what I'm saying? Affluent people and somebody who can't control their emotions.
Yeah.
And then who can't control their emotions in most of those cases? Mm-hmm. When you start doing this by event type, time, behavior, people, circumstance, region, the data tells you after a while, hey, if you interact with this person, you're more likely to be subjected to this type of situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're unlikely to, I don't know, get hit by a car on a golf course.
Yeah.
Because you're not playing golf in traffic. But if you decide to take your golf clubs out on a busy highway, the chances of you getting hit by a car,
it skyrockets.
Yeah. Could you go out there and hit golf balls without getting hit by a car? Sure.
I wouldn't recommend it.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Right.
Probability versus possibility. The type of person you with increases the probability or possibility of you dealing with a negative situation based on somebody else's emotions, because based on the fact that you got two people.
Yeah.
Like, So when you get somebody that's got a safe vibe around them, those are people that you feel like you can connect with because um, the whole point about being like-minded or communities are built on like-minded principles.
Principles. So.
One of the main principles that go into a community being, you know what I'm saying, worth serving, is it a safe community?
Right.
So what makes a community safe? The relationships, the people.
Yeah.
And every time you keep going down these little steps, what makes the relationship safe? The individuals.
Right.
And when you in the space of the individual, which type of individual makes the relationship safe or unsafe? Right. And then when you look at how they was born, how they was raised, it's the same thing every time.
Yeah. You gotta treat people like how you want to be treated. And a lot of times people just let that shit go over their head.
Yeah.
So you can cuss me out, but I can't cuss you out. It's like
without the same,
like whatever energy you get from me is what you get is what you giving on. So you might want to check that.
We can't match every single thing. That's why we got no business matching.
Yeah.
Because even if you can match it on a Monday, you might not want to match it on a Tuesday. You might overdo it.
Yeah.
Just like old boy wanted to watch TV.
Yeah. He overdid it.
And what's the chances that she probably did him like that before? Probably. Yeah. Probability versus possibility.
Even
but it don't even matter.
It don't even matter. I'm just saying, like, get you another TV. Or go to the other room.
Another TV is way cheaper.
Cheaper than shit, life in prison for some shit.
Boy,
you got 2 life sentences. Like, it's crazy.
Behind changing the channel.
You had a job and a family, and you can't control your shit like that.
Bruh, imagine.
You got to work in the morning, goddamn.
You one remote click away.
Right.
From being... You're a TV show away from being locked away.
It's a lot.
People are fragile, man.
There's a lot of craziness out there, man. And yeah, you're right. It's fragile, but at the end of the day, just you gotta see what type of time you're on.
Yep, man. Look, the people are very fragile.
She could have just easily let him have it. Goddamn, go to the other room. And like I said, watch TV because he on some other shit.
Man, all right, I'm gonna bring something else up because it's been a couple of interesting takes on stuff. So, are you familiar with this conversation that's been ongoing about the Cheesecake Factory?
Nah, I'm gonna talk to him.
Okay, there was a situation where this guy was trying to take this girl out,
right?
And she didn't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory, so she tries to clown it.
All right.
Matter of fact, I do you want better?
No. I mean, you can. Okay. You can just tell me because I think
you probably seen something about it. So, the dude that
I didn't know it was a Cheesecake Factory. I heard
you just been seeing the aftermath probably from like all of this Cheesecake Factory.
No, it was just like what I seen was some dude was talking to this chick.
Yes.
And it was some restaurant. I didn't know it was
it was a Cheesecake Factory.
And then there was like well, it's like top tier and bottom tier restaurants to take a chick, but it's all subjective on the chick you dealing with, and you don't have to deal with it.
How many dates?
How
many days does a person go on a regular basis?
Yeah.
To be picky about where somebody takes them. Like you gotta think about it, right? Like let's say name a place you like to go to in Austin.
Oh shit. I'm gonna need some I need some pay for this.
Okay, so
but I'm gonna say Gus fried chicken.
We're gonna say Gus fried chicken, right?
You ever been there?
Yeah, I've been there before. Okay, so if you imagine somebody say, yeah, we're gonna go on a date, we're going to Gus fried chicken. You've been there before, and you've been there. You've gone there so much. Could you ever see a time where somebody recommends and says, let's go down to Gus Chicken and go talk, whatever, you know what I'm saying, and kick it, and you'd be like, no, you can't take me there.
Well,
I don't think I could never.
I'm gonna pause it right there.
Go ahead.
The person I am, I'm very grateful for somebody to want to spend their hard-earned money on me. So how I look at it, I'm different. I don't think that I'm above or anything is beneath or anything like that. I just go for the, like you said, with the depending on the person, it ain't really about the restaurant. It's me trying to get to know this person and what type of relationship we're gonna build from that.
Yep.
So she probably just immature.
Oh,
she probably ratchet. She probably, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She might just think Papado's her shit, maybe. But all of that shit might be beneath to some motherfucker with some more money.
Yeah.
Because it's always gonna be some more type of shit out there.
Yep.
That I ain't never seen.
And that's ultimately what I'm getting at. It's like we talked about situations that involve two people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about the nature of the situation, just like you said, hey, yeah, she probably be ratchet or something else or whatever, and it just goes down the pipeline because the circumstance tells you about the behavior.
Mm-hmm.
It tells you about the people that's involved. And so I got to think.
Sound like she drive a Nissan Altima.
Sound like it. Because so I was like, well,
she listen to Sexy Red.
So like,
that's what she listens to.
So I put this up here. Like I said, some of these people, they will make a baby and not know who the father is before they make a man a sandwich. But the Cheesecake Factory is beneath them.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how bold and ignorant, you know what I'm saying, that thought is to just try to belittle somebody that is trying to make a connection.
I'm trying to.
You can't. I know that this is so far out of your lane because this is you feed people. Yeah. So like you sit back, listen, like, wait a minute.
No, I mean, I came across them not one time, but it was an instance where I took this chick out back in the day. I'm gonna tell you how long ago it was because this is when we thought Red Lobster was the shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You take a bitch on Red Lobster, shit. Don't you say no.
She done graduated. Yeah. Don't say no tonight.
Don't you say no tonight. So you finna get bent over, man. You feel me? But anyway, that's what I had encountered this chick, and her behavior was just out of line. We get served our food, but the food was cold or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It was busy. I think it was like Valentine's Day, so it was a lot of people in there. But she was just talking real loud, made me uncomfortable. So I excused myself. I said I was going to the bathroom. I got in my car and I left. Mm-hmm. So that type of behavior gonna get that type of response.
Yeah, like when you
I'm not gonna argue with you.
I'm not gonna give you no conflict
to tell you that you're wrong, because now you're gonna direct all this energy that is to this cold plate of food to me, and I don't need none of them.
I ain't cook it.
Yeah. Put it in to go. I eat it later. I got a microwave at home.
Yeah.
I got a skillet. I could rewarm this thing. You feel me?
I'll make it better.
Yeah, I'll make it better. So with my own experience in that, I mean, just don't deal with her.
No, you can't.
She gonna leave you anyway for another nigga with some money anyway.
If Cheesecake Factory is a deal breaker,
and you don't even know your baby daddy's
got
name.
Nothing. Yeah, you don't even know his name.
Yeah. Let me see the birth certificate.
You got to go on Maury.
Goddamn baby father unknown.
Yeah,
like, come on, man.
Look, they have.
I ain't entertaining this foolishness.
No, I can't even. Like some of the stuff. It was so bad that
you can't even cook, but you mad about the Cheesecake Factory. I'm paying for this nice, delicious meal.
And she was an hour late.
Damn, that's funny.
So Buddy pulled up and waited outside her apartment for an hour for her to talk crazy about the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, she better be Beyonce or something.
Look, man.
How you gonna come out late and you ain't even
on time?
Man, listen, the whole thing just wrong.
It's just wrong. And
I wouldn't entertain that. That's not allowed in my community.
Yeah, it's not allowed.
That's all I'm saying, man. That's not
allowed. They can't come over here.
That behavior is not allowed.
Which is why I waited to talk about it.
I got a gated community.
I got a gated community. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is why I waited to talk about it, because like I'm not about to, like, number one, I'm not dating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm married, so
yeah.
I'm not out here in dating conversations saying, arguing for or against anything.
Mm-hmm.
I find stuff like genuinely hilarious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I wait until it makes sense to me.
But it's hilarious surface level, but what we talk about is so deep because remember her family, how she was raised, and it goes down to the relationship, like you said, the value of the relationship, and what is family, what is a relative, and why she's behaving like this.
What like social media has made people very comfortable with demeaning the efforts of others.
Yeah.
And those same people that are very quick to demean the efforts of others can't understand why they only have a certain group of people that they can interact with.
This type of behavior only it reeks of not just knowing the baby father's name. It's just damn, I had it on the tip of my
It's entitlement for sure. That's surface level. That it's so much deeper than what you're saying.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like to me,
like you wasting my time. The whole day is fucked up.
It's disrespectful.
First of all, you late. Why is you late? I already told you to be ready at this time. We got reservation. I'm trying to make this a joyous occasion, but why are you? First of all, I got so many questions. Why is this man waiting for an hour?
Look, that's the part right there.
And you already know she don't like the Cheesecake Factory. Why is you even entertaining this? Find somebody else in your phone that's gonna be appreciative, because that's where I'm at with it. I just want a motherfucker to be appreciative after my time, my space, my love, all of that.
It wouldn't have been a video.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been a video with me, because like the minute that you was 8 minutes late, I would have been out. Yeah. Like I understand a little bit.
I'm gonna give you grace.
I'm gonna give
15 minutes is the most.
But and even then I might come in a little salty. You
And did he wait in the car? Or did he go inside?
He waited in the car.
You see what I'm saying?
But because like that, it wouldn't have been no video. And then on top of that, he actually took her back home. She would have been in the Cheesecake parking lot if it was for me. Because
I see. I wouldn't even took her.
But that I wouldn't have took her. But what I'm saying is, like, let's just say she was on time.
All right, if she's on time and we headed, but we gotta have an understanding before I come get you, before I waste any time. That's all I'm saying. Before I waste any time, it gotta be a understanding.
Well,
we going on a date, we fucking afterwards. What are we doing?
Dick at the end.
Dick at the end. However, if you don't want that, you just want a free meal, we going to lunch. Or we getting some coffee. We ain't finna go to no Cheesecake Factory. You see what I'm saying? I need to know what.
I gotta vet you.
Same thing for them. They might not want a motherfucker.
You can't come to the first date in a tux. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like she ain't coming in a wedding dress.
Yeah.
You skipping steps. You see what I'm saying? And what I think is this right here. You're skipping steps. You know what I'm saying? Because like, why do you think you could sit in another person's car and clown them when you made them wait for an hour to take you to a place? Like, she was prepared to be disagreeable
the whole time,
the entire time,
off the rip. Like, that's what I'm saying.
You see what I'm saying? So
that's why I said how he get this far.
It wouldn't. He could have took her to Benihana. She would have talked shit, and not even saying, because Benihana's is overrated. It's whatever, but like he could have taken her to any other chain restaurant that's in that same category. She would have had the same behavior no matter what. Yeah. So it was just the fact that a lot of these people think they have control over the other person. They think they can use their emotions to manipulate the outcome that they want out of another person.
Man, just treat people how you want to be treated.
And
because that energy gonna come back to you now.
That right there, what you just said, is like the energy coming back to you. Some people don't come from love. So they
Right.
can't treat people better than they've been treated.
Okay, so in the idea of how you want to be treated.
But that's the thing, though.
You see what I'm saying?
But the idea is a TV show.
Well, I'm gonna copy the shit on TV. I see on TV.
But as long as every time you copy it, you believe it less. Because it ain't real. See, when you copy something that's been copied, you gotta think, like you just said it earlier.
But I'm just speaking from the mind of this behavior.
And me too. And what I'm saying is that she came in with a completely different set of expectations than he did.
Where did she want to go?
That's the other.
What is her shit? What?
Well, that's the other part too. Like in the video, he had another restaurant that was on the list, and she was like, "We should have went there."
All right. So, but we don't know what.
But yeah, exactly. I don't remember the name of it.
Right.
But it was a more expensive place that fit what she wanted to experience, because she wasn't going out to connect with the guy. She was really just going out to get a free meal.
A free meal. She ain't gonna get no. She ain't giving them no pussy, and she just taking pictures.
Yeah.
No, she all on the gram and shit.
Yeah, because she done went live.
Yeah.
When he got out the car, he got out the car.
Yeah.
To go let her out.
Yeah.
She locked the door while she on live.
Yeah.
Talking about trying to shame him to her social media audience.
Yeah.
And then put the camera on him and stuff. It was like, he's like, hey, we can talk about it. He got back in the car and he pretty much told us that, hey, I'm finna take you home. I don't care. I like the Cheesecake Factory because I appreciate the place. So
and
if he paying for it, it don't matter.
But some of this shit is his fault. And I say this because
look, the full responsibility of this experience is his fault.
Because I say, if you already know what type of time she on, don't
force it.
Yeah, you can't force it.
You can't,
because I ain't I want a steak tonight and you trying to feed me hot dogs, we gonna have a problem. Because I already got my appetite, I got everything, I'm ready. I need steak, potato, shrimp, asparagus, champagne. You know what I'm saying?
I'm ready.
That's what I want.
I knew what I came here for.
Yeah, I know exactly what I want.
So, and the other thing is too, he was probably prepared to order her meal. Mm-hmm. Because if he thought all of this through, we can't throw that out either. You know what I'm saying? But I'll say this. Men have to choose better.
Yeah, for sure.
Men have to stop entertaining disrespect. Yeah. Because he had to entertain. Like think about this.
Because when you record it, it's entertainment now.
There were signs that this woman wasn't the person to broach with, take me out to eat.
Yeah.
There's some part of the conversation let you know disengage.
Yeah.
Long before she.
And women need to stop that shit. Women need to stop going out on fucking dates.
And that's the, you know what?
For a free meal.
And you know what I say to that? As utopian. That's the idealistic thinking. Like, it would be great if they said, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Well, I'm just saying, okay,
they can't,
with the concept or the notion of, all right, I'm just using this motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's not what
a manipulative spirit. Don't be going out here with
now you're not a victim if it's something happened to you. Again, I don't agree, but I fully understand.
I know how it happened.
Yeah. I know how this led up. You only got to tell me the story. I've seen this before.
Yep. You one play away from being on the ID channel.
Yeah. You can't be moving like this.
Because everybody
ain't going to entertain.
Everybody ain't going to entertain your disrespect.
Yeah.
Everybody
the same way. Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody, look, I don't know why people, like in this particular situation, why she thought she could embarrass him into getting what she wants. Nothing works if you have to try to embarrass them into getting them to do what you want. It's like somebody for trying to force an apology out of you. No, bro. Like, now if you don't realize, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm standing on it.
I'm standing on business.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm standing on what I said.
Because
I'm holding my position here. This is where I draw the line.
Yeah, because if you feel that way, and you feel so strongly about it that you have to verbalize how you feel, how it's important to you, then I reserve the right to defend myself. I'm not fixing to sit up here and just be subjected to your, you know what I'm saying, your mistreatment.
Right.
And because you feel like I have to accept it, that's not fair to me. It's not fair to nobody, you know what I'm saying, in the big picture. But I don't know how we got, I understand, I know what I'm saying is just very, very rhetorical, but like, you gotta choose better. You gotta choose things, places, and people that reflect your own personal responsibility about yourself.
Oh, I found out what I was about to say.
Okay.
This right here sends a notion of they don't really. These are the women that say there's no good men out here. That's what this type of vibe giving me, because there are good men and there's good people out there.
And people that say chivalry is dead.
Yeah, like
these the women that's killing.
Right. So y'all just a little louder. However, there's some good people out here, and you just got to find your person. You just can't be treating people any kind of way, and then you get the same thing in return, and then now I ain't no good men out here.
Like how you
get out of here.
Like how you
been everywhere? You only been in shit, probably 2 cities out the state. You ain't even really been nowhere. So how you gonna say a blanket statement like there ain't no men? There's no men for you. Apparently, you gotta get your shit together.
Your options, your opinions are reflective of your options, and that's why like stopping to make halftime adjustments is vital.
Very
because what you see is in that situation the guy's trying to operate in a traditional masculine chivalrous way. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta find that type of person.
You gotta find that type of person
that can receive that well.
So that means somewhere in there, like if the shoe was on the other foot, they would say that the man manipulated this woman. Like somehow in there, she gonna be the damsel in distress. So somewhere in there, is it possible that she led him to believe that she was, you know what I'm saying, going on a date? Might be his type. Because something happened because
like you said, you can't skip a step.
Because what makes a man sit outside of a person's house for an hour? Ain't that motherfucker crazy? I can't do it.
Well, I mean, you ain't never had the 2-hand slurping bird. You ain't had that motherfucker organic pepper shake to twist the knob. You gotta fucking bop it, pull it, suck it, hit it, spit on it.
That boy said, you said the organic pepper shaker?
Yeah.
Write that down, folks. Yeah. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Man, what's up, Jada? Hey, good morning to y'all that's showing up here. You know what I'm saying? The organic pepper shaker.
You ain't have it.
Pepper crusher.
Pepper crusher. You got the pepper corn. You got crushed some corn peppers. You feel me? If you ain't never had that, that's what the part that they left out.
Yeah, the organic pepper crusher.
Yeah.
You know? So, man, the spectrum of what people will accept though.
And then that was like, remember the undisciplined and disciplined. You definitely undisciplined if you waiting outside. If someone's playing with your time, they play with your life. Man. They're not really for you.
Somebody is always less disciplined. Like none of us are perfect. Some of us are more disciplined in areas than others.
But for a woman, any woman in the world, to feel like I can have this man wait, man, you got the game fucked up.
You disrespectful
to the whole process.
If you undisciplined, you further away from getting what you want.
Yeah.
You're closer to getting everything you ain't supposed to have.
Yeah, for sure.
But you're gonna get what you deserve.
Yeah.
But you ain't gonna like it.
Yeah.
Because
you're gonna get what you're gonna get back from what you was putting out.
You've already invested in it. Don't even know it.
That's the return of your investment right there.
Yeah. Now you done had this whole scenario flip back in your face. But some people thrive off attention, no matter if it's negative or positive. As long as you looking over here, great. Which is why, like when I said the 3 things that'll take a man out of his position, right? Mm-hmm. The things that would take a man out of his position, if you put those same things on women, they benefit from it because attention is just attention. to them, because
attention is the currency in their world.
Yeah. Attention is currency.
World.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Relationships are currency in our world.
Yeah.
In their world, attention is the currency. So understand that we shopping with different currency with each other.
Right.
Just like I always think about it like this right here. If we looked at each other as different countries, would you have a better experience in that country if you spoke the language? Generally speaking, yeah. Could you still have a good experience without the language? Yeah. But
it will behoove you to learn the
you got to learn a little bit of it in order to access it. They don't have the same burden to understand us as we do them.
That's wild. That's wild.
They don't. They know how to access us, and we play the transactional game, and we let them think whatever they want to think.
Because there's too many people, too many men that's out there that's doing this shit for the wrong type of person.
Well, and here's what this is where the data comes in to put it in perspective. Because I get what you're saying too. Like on the surface level, that is absolutely true. Because we can speak towards the undisciplined behavior of certain people because we came from being around disciplined and undisciplined people. And whether we saw it and made concessions for it at the time to where we are now, we can't be with them same people.
Right.
Some folks never grew out of that because they never had to shift their mindset at all. Men, if they don't shift their mindset, they don't survive. Men self-destruct. Generally speaking, people in general self-destruct. They don't shift their mindset. But the level of chaos that each individual is capable of, it varies from man to woman. Because a woman that's self-destructive, you already talked about the investigative event, she hurt her children. A man that's self-destructive, he can hurt a whole lot of people. And there's no boundaries for none of it. In fact, if you got one unstable man, he got a community of unstable men around him potentially too. You know what I'm saying? Versus like when a woman is unstable by herself, she's only going to impact the people that's immediately around her.
Right.
But men can go out and inflict indiscriminate violence. More likely to go inflict indiscriminate violence against people that they don't even freaking fucking know.
Right. Just because you mad at this bozo over here.
Yeah, because that's the epitome of when we say a woman fights her emotions and her internal struggles, men fight their internal struggles, but what they target is outside of them. And what women target is usually connected to them. And that's why you can get a mass shooting event where somebody drive 3 hours to a community where they don't live there, and then just shoot up a whole bunch of people that don't look like them, and then say, "Yeah, take me to jail."
You know, I think it's more to them stories, man.
Way more.
It gotta be. It gotta be like
the person that has had the internet longer than a day knows there has to be more to the motive of why. So somebody had to pick up a phone and say, "Go do it."
What? And then the other one with the one dude that's allegedly killed them 4 people in Idaho at the college. It's like it got to be way more to it.
Oh yeah, he stabbed them all too.
There's no way in hell you just now he turned what Michael Myers and Jason. Ain't nobody heard nothing, no thud, no bang, and he just come in the middle of the night and leave. And when you wake up, everybody dead. That don't sound right. You're in the house too.
Bro, like I think,
and there was a dog there. The dog ain't barking nothing. Come on, man. Ain't nobody see nobody come through, creep, drive.
They didn't hear none of his theme music before he pulled up,
man.
Because that's some cold-blooded. That's really cold.
It just be a lot. And
you killed 4 unrelated people with a knife.
That don't got nothing to do with it.
It's strange.
And you just want to say it's a random. No, they got something going on.
And because
something happened. More to the story. Like I just want to believe that.
If it is random, right? Let's just say it is random.
Mm-hmm.
Out of 10, you're only gonna get 1 or 2 of those events.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what makes it random. 1 or 2. You start getting into like.
I feel like this dude right here he got more bodies. This ain't his first.
Oh, this ain't his first rodeo.
That's all I'm saying.
This is the first time he got caught.
And if this is it, he got to be charged with more counts of murder. You got to do some investigation.
And to be clear, we're talking about the same thing. The one where it was like 4 college kids in a dorm.
Yeah.
It was in Ohio, or was it Pennsylvania?
Idaho.
I think it was
Idaho.
I think you're right. I think it was. Yeah, it's one of them states up there. But yeah,
it's in like a little college town.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, and it was off campus or some shit. But I just feel like how that happened. I feel like he had to have like this ain't the first time he did that because that shit was damn there. He didn't even get caught until recently, but
which lets you know he stalked
them.
Yeah. Because he didn't just trip up and fall on somebody's front porch and then decide to offer. He had to either already.
They had an encounter with him. They did something to him. They knew him. There's more to it.
Somebody played with that man.
Yeah, there's a little bit more to it.
Hey, well, man, we ran on almost 2 hours, man. So what else you want to tell the people before we get out of here, man? Because I'm gonna pull up the SLP. I know you've been, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
working, out in.
I'm just out here in the community. If anybody want to send any donations or buy any merch, just go to the IG, hit me in the DM, and we can go from there. Like I said, I should have some more hoodies made or done by the first. So I'm just doing hoodies. I ain't doing no t-shirts.
Yeah.
For the running.
I see you at the you know what I'm saying, dropping off some
yeah, and I appreciate you too, because that's your donations that you have put forth. So I mean, I just want to show somebody. He was like, "Hey man, you got any pillows?" I said, "You know what, I do."
hey, look, man.
I do.
Look, seeing that suitcase out there too. That I like that because
that's how they be getting around. That's how they carry their stuff.
Exactly, and I got some bags that I need to.
Anything they need anything.
Anywhere to store their stuff or carry to move it. I got
some more on there.
Yeah. I'm about to go through it now. Hold on.
Yeah, I got a little bit more on there because it was right there. That was go to get some breakfast tacos at this Mexican.
I'm intentionally not playing the sound either because I don't want.
I got you. Copyright.
Yeah. So.
But that's what it is all about, man. What can you do for other people, man? Because at the end of the day, we all need some help.
Yeah,
we all gonna need, and then this is just the bare minimum. I wish I could do more. You know what I'm saying?
Where were you when you was doing this right here?
This in Austin. Let me see. I think it's I forget what street it is.
Mm-hmm.
I forget, but Chavez.
Mm-hmm. Cesar Chavez. Okay, gotcha. So, is this?
And it's a whole lot of people be out there.
Yeah, because this is the area around by the toll road, correct? Or do you just go like
no? This is downtown by like 6th Street, 5th Street, right across the street from the police station. Yeah, and the homeless the shelter.
The shelter area.
It's across the highway from the. If I go underneath the bridge and go straight, then the shelter gonna be on the right hand side called the Arc.
Okay. Well, hey folks, y'all see the IG page, you know what I'm saying? Go follow.
Yeah, man, support, man.
Stuntin Like My Potnas.
Share. If you don't want to buy nothing, at least share, repost it. Get the awareness out there so I can get some more donations and I can do this more often. because all, like I say, all of this is out of my own pocket, and some donation from family and friends. But that's what we're supposed to be doing, y'all.
Yeah. Well, man, I appreciate you, man. I always say men have code because men have to be of service. So shout out to SLP and the work you keep on doing out there in the community, bro.
Yeah, man. Be back out there soon.
Mm-hmm. and for everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, go cop the merch.
Go get the merch.
Go get the merch, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm dropping the links right here. Support the merch. Share it. It's the holiday season coming up for those of you that celebrate holidays. And go ahead and get something for one of your loved ones. Like, sweatsuit right here, you know. Support your boy. And you see the locks. You see the locks. But, hey, man, thanks for joining us again on another morning edition of Coffee and Blunts and Code Talk. You know what I'm saying? The Coffee and Blunts Morning Show. And we out.
We out. Peace.